Okay. My streaming software is acting really weird today, so just bear with me here while I get this going again. Okay. Oh, dang it. I wish I could show. Hmm. Sorry, guys. I don't really. That's really weird. Never had to do this before, so something's going on with my stream software. It's not catching the video. Adam, yes, we did take a trade, but it was earlier today, and we are out of the market. I've actually already hit my daily profit trigger, but I was trying to do some analysis on gold when that happened. So, okay, now I got it all reset. It should be coming back up here in just a minute, guys. I was in the middle of talking with Erica and that happened, so I apologize. Trent, do you only take trades when the signals print for SMM? No, nope. I don't use the signals that SMM generates. In fact, I took those off. They can be used. You could utilize them. I just don't use them that way. I just don't use them. So, Trent, have you watched any of my other videos by chance? If you want to watch the video, you could, as soon as you're done with this one, you can watch one of the videos I like that really explains it really well. How I look for my setups is the V5 and why I switched to it video. And then the live stream that we did on Friday, that was a really good one too. Had a really good entry, and we followed it down. That gives you a really good idea of how I do it. But before my stream software went out on me, that's what it was. Yeah, that's what I was in the middle of. Sorry, Erica, that we were in the middle of talking, and I had to. My stream software, I don't know what happened, but it shut down, and I got a black screen that said I needed to restart it. So sorry, guys. As soon as we're done with the stream today, I'm going to do some updating and see if I can get that fixed, figured out what happened here. So, can anybody see my screen now? Can you see my gold chart right here? Oh, you're welcome, Trent. Hopefully that helps you. Um, so I'm basically what I do, Trent, is I start my day. The very first thing I do every day is I look at the 1 hour chart and I establish a trend, and then I'll go through and I'll plot my levels. I'll look at the support and resistance lines before I even place a trade, and then I'll turn my alerts on the 5 minute chart or the 3 minute chart, and I'll use those for my entries. So I know the overall trend by what the 1 hour is telling me, and then I use the 3 minute and the 5 minute to determine where my entries are going to be. And then I'll use the order blocks and the support and resistance, the green dots and the red dots. I'll use those for my targets. And that's how I place my trades essentially. Yeah. So everybody can see my chart. They can see the screen and everything. You hear me okay? Good. Okay. Good, Erica. Thank you. Trent, I do go through. I don't know how much time you have, but there's quite a few videos. I would say the last 4 or 5 videos, I pretty much do the same thing every day. I go through and I kind of look for the same levels or the same setup every day. So I'll start with the 1 hour. And then if you go through some of those videos, you'll be able to see where I took my trades and the arrows on the chart. I leave my execution arrows on. And so that'll show you where I entered. And if you scroll over it or kind of look, it might be kind of hard to see, but if you zoom in a little bit, if you have the simple market metrics, you can actually back up on that same day and you should see very similar information. It should show you about where I got in and why. If you set your chart up like mine, it'll make a lot more sense to you as well. It's really easy to see where I entered and where I exited. You're welcome. Glad to help. Breakdowns are super helpful. Practical execution of strategy. I was trying to tell Justin to integrate some live trading into the new education, but he didn't seem interested in it. Yeah. Justin's been asked that a bunch of times. I've noticed a lot of comments about that to see if he would do a live trading sometime. He may have done 1 or 2, but he doesn't really do a lot of that. And I'll tell you from what I know of him and what he's what's got going on in his life. I don't want to make excuse for him or speak for him necessarily, but I do know a few things about him that might make that difficult. They have a brewery and a restaurant that they run, and then he does this too. So I know his time constraints are going to be really hard. It's going to be really hard for him to be able to do anything like that. But that would be awesome. And so maybe that's where I'm coming in a little bit because my mornings are a little freer than his, right? So, but yeah, I think time constraints are a big problem for him, Adam. Jeff, thank you for being here. Ray Rivers, thank you for being here. Erica, thank you. Trent, let's see. I can't see how many people are on the stream, but I can. It looks like we might have 15 or so right now. So thank you all for being here. Okay, we have a sale. Going back to how I do this, Trent, if you've got a minute, I'll show you. So on the 1 hour chart, looking at gold, I'm going to place a trade on gold today, I think. We're going to look at for a sale. And so here's my levels. We're right here. We're in a downtrend, right? We've got RSI going down. It is slowing down a little bit. We've got some pretty good wicks. So I'm going to watch this here. But on the 5-minute chart, we've got some pretty strong resistance up here. That spike we just had 10 minutes ago bounced right off of it, and we're heading the other way now. So if we get an alert here and everything lines up, our screen changes like this, I'm going to probably shoot for this first level. We'll just get a real short scalp in. Oh, you're talking about the new coach that last video he's talking about? I did notice he added him to his email chain as well. So maybe that's something they're going to integrate eventually, even if he didn't say much about it. But I think, and like I say, I could be way off on this. From what I know about him, he's super, super busy. So, and I'll tell you what, guys, live streaming it's a lot of work. There's a lot that goes to it. It's more than I thought it was. I've had several people ask me, will you live stream more often? And it's quite a challenge, to be honest with you. There's a lot that goes into it. So I'll do my best I can, but I don't really want to make any like permanent commitments right now because I just don't know how much I can do. Honestly, I'd like to do as much as I can because I think it's awesome. It's super fun. I like interacting with everybody, and I'd like to grow my channel. I'd really like to be a decent sized YouTube channel that can actually help people. So my hope is that the people I help will tell other people, and then they'll tell other people, and 6 months from now we'll be sitting really well. I can actually get monetized from YouTube and make a little extra while I'm doing this. I mean, why not? Okay, so here's what I'm going to do, guys. We're going to take a trade. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to adjust my risk settings so I can actually trade with you guys today. Let's do 12,000. How's that sound for a daily trigger? So you can see right here, guys, we had a really good morning earlier this morning. I was up at like 1 o'clock in the morning and I just randomly looked at some charts and I thought, you know what, I'm going to take that. I'm glad I did. It worked out really well. Okay, we're getting ready for a sell here. So Erica, it sucks because when my software kicked out, I got an alert, and I wanted to show you what the alert would look like. It pulls up in the bottom, and you get a chime, and it dings like 5 times. So what we're looking for, like I said, we've already looked at our 1 hour. We kind of know where our levels are. Now we're to the 5 minute, and we're going to look that for an entry. In fact, on 3 minute, it's hitting some support, but it did change. So what we're going to do, guys, if we're looking for a short here, we're just going to do a real easy short. We're going to be in this area here. This is a really strong support. There's 3 of them right next to each other, and there's a pretty good gap till the next one. So that tells me this is a pretty strong support. So we're going to shoot. It's going to be a real short distance. We're not going to go for a lot of distance, but I want to see this change where we hit that resistance. Or that support on the 3 minute. I want to see the 5 minute change. That means we can overwhelm it, and then we'll take our, what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a stop loss and take profit, and I'll show you how I do that. If I was to do that, I don't use stop loss and take profits, but I get a lot of people ask me how I would, so I'm gonna show you. Okay, guys. Adam, I agree. He's breaking down the strategy. I think the live execution, like you do, would add a ton more value. I'm learning so much from your videos, Jared. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. I cannot tell you, in the last month, I've got like 50 emails of people thanking me and saying these are really helping. It's kind of why I wanted to do it. I mean, I wandered in darkness in trading in the early 2000s, mid 2000s when I first started in. The internet was completely different back in those days. And YouTube, I only joined YouTube in like 2008, 2009. And now it's I use that more than any other social media of anything. That's like my most used platform. But, there's so much garbage out there, man. You guys type in day trading on YouTube and there's like 1,000 pages. And there's so many systems. There's so many supposed gurus. And, I haven't made a lot of money in futures, but in Forex I did. And I'm trying to bring that knowledge and help. The channels that I have pinned in my comments, I learned so much from those channels, right? Every single channel I put in there, I got some sort of value out of. So that's why I put all those channels down there to inspire people. And if they're bored or they want to learn other things or kind of see some things that I've seen, that's a really good place to do it, right? All those channels, a lot of those channels, they're very affordable. I didn't, you notice I didn't put some of the bigger channels on there because I don't think people should have to spend $5,000 to $10,000 to learn how to do this. I think like Erica and a lot of people that I've talked to personally, they're just working with like $50,000 accounts, right? They're just wanting to pass one account. And in my mind, if you can't pass one account and manage one account, why would you buy 20 of them? I mean, the prop firm loves it when you do that, and they're going to let you over leverage the snot out of it, but that's in their best interest, not yours. So having daily loss limits and daily take profit limits, that changes your trading right there. Because if you just get good entries and you let the system shut you off, and when it shuts you off, walk away, be done. And I'm not kidding you. You'll look at the results I got just last week alone. I mean, it was a solid week, and I plan on getting those kind of results pretty much every day. So just a lot of it's just hard, and I'll tell you guys, how I got here was a lot of failure. I'm not kidding you. I failed in many, many ways. I spent lots of money I didn't need to. Like I said, I went kind of down the rabbit hole, and simple market metrics and just my experience and the things that I've known, I just kind of put all this together, and it's working really well. So I'm glad it's helping. I really appreciate you guys telling me that it helps you. If you have questions, I do the best I can to answer it for you. I'm not looking to make a lot of money off my subscribers either. A lot of people look at YouTube like it's a $1 million briefcase, and I'm looking at I'd like to build a little community of solid traders that we can actually look back and be like, yeah, this actually works. This actually helped me. I passed my 50K. I passed my 25K. I passed my 500K accounts. I mean, that's my ultimate goal, to have 500K accounts or equivalent and trade those. How incredible would that be? Wouldn't that just be amazing? Yeah, I think that'd just be amazing. Okay, this is going to probably signal us a sell here pretty quick. And then we're going to make a trade happen here. Nice. Guess who decided to join the party? My stream service. Finally clicked back on. Now I can see everything. It's been dark. I know you guys could see it, but I couldn't see anything until just now. So it says we have excellent connection since I rebooted it. And I did see that there's an update available, so that's probably my problem. Okay, so guys, we're watching this close. I know this has been a little bit of a long-winded stream here, but we're getting close to a trade. So let's watch this and see what happens here. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do a trade. I'm going to show you where I put my stop loss and my take profit if I was to use that, which I don't, but a lot of people do, and they feel better about doing that. And then we're just going to look at it like once I hit that button, it's going to be this or it's going to be that. Now, I'm going to set things pretty wide, and if I can see it's going against me and it's probably looking to be a bad trade, I'll try to get out of it sooner than later. But at the maximum, we're going to lose this amount or we're going to win this amount kind of thing. So okay. So I want to ask out there, who has placed some trades today? Who is looking to still get into the market? How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing with trades today? Going back to my dual screen. Market slid pretty hard today, guys. Should have had a really good... If I hadn't hit my loss and I was messing with my stream when this happened, this would have been a great sale here. We'd actually had a really good sale here on both the NQ and the ES. On the gold, Erica, are you talking about on gold? Yes. If you're talking about gold, yes. It's already happened on the 3-minute, but you can see there's some pretty good support, and that's why it's taken a little bit. I just wanted to see it happen on the 5-minute too. So the reason I use these two together, if I see the 3-minute do something, but the 5-minute's not quite there, it tells me there's a good support right there. If the 5-minute breaks through it and then this red changes, then we're going to place a trade. So I don't always just place it on the 3-minute. I kind of use them together. If one's overpowering the other one, then that tells me that we may not have a good trade right there. But I'm thinking this is looking really good. Let's see what the next 5 minutes or so look like. But if this changes red and then we get a signal on the RSI, then I'll just take and I'll hover over it. I'm going to look at everything. We already know the 1 hour is in a downtrend. So we've already kind of established that we're just going to be looking for sales. We're floating right below the 21 EMA. We're below the 200 by quite a ways, a good distance. There's a pretty good gap there. So once this signals, I mean, the 3-minute's already done it. So if the 5-minute does it too, we're just going to be, I'm just looking for multiple things to tell me the same story. Just tell me the same thing. Only made like $60. Okay. Well, it's a start. It's better than losing. Yep, that's losing. Erica, let me ask you, are you using you're using minis? You're doing minis on NQ and ES? Have you thought about switching to micros? Or do you understand the difference between micros and minis? You probably do. I'm just wondering. Ray, I hear you, man. I hear you. We were just talking about that earlier before my stream cut out. I struggled when I first was into trading. I struggled, man. I really did. I remember when I used to do trading and I would just look for 10 pips. And then I'd stare at the chart later and I'm like, holy cow, I missed out on so much. But I would get nervous. The second I'd hit the button, I'd start sweating. You know what I mean? I was worried that I was going to lose money. And the way I'm doing it now, it eliminates so much anxiety. I mean, actually, you know what happens these days? This is the difference between those days, Ray, for me. Nowadays, I'm getting out of the market very, very soon, and I'm just looking back with like, that was easy. This was so low stress and so easy compared to how I used to do it. It's crazy. I mean, it's just changed. this market metric system and the way I do it with everything I've added and just the plotting and the charting I do, it's absolutely transformed how trading's been for me. And my confidence level. Oh my gosh, my confidence level is so much higher because I feel like I can read what's going on. See how we've been talking the last 10, 15 minutes and I haven't taken a trade? It's because I can see that there's a really strong order block right here. And that's why we're not getting anywhere. It's just kind of, I mean, it's been 25 minutes now. Oh, sorry, this is a 3-minute chart. This has been like 15 minutes now. It's just been sitting there. Now, is it priming for a sell? Oh, we just got an alert, guys. Okay, so let's look. So that's what the alerts look like, Erica, or anybody who doesn't know how the alerts work. So I'm going to click out of that so that stops. Well, actually, that wasn't for... That was for gold. Okay, that's what I thought. So we have a 1 hour alert on gold that I set this morning. It's right here. So it's 2898.7. Okay. So we're going to go back to the 5-minute. We just got our 5-minute chart. Okay, so we got an alert, but the background didn't change. And we've backed up a little bit. We're just consolidating right here. So I'm not going to take the trade. It doesn't look good. Right? The background didn't change. So when I hover over this, everything is not in line. We did get an alert. We just barely hit the -12, but it went back a little bit against us. It's not changed the background yet. So I'm going to wait. There's nothing wrong with being patient. I'll tell you what, skipping a trade is better than losing a trade. That's a hard concept when you're thinking about making money because you want to make money. You want to get in as much as you can. You want to make as much as you can. I'm telling you, skipping a trade is way better than losing money. And when things look right, we'll know. I'll show you. We'll know. So, yes on gold. Micro only. Okay. So, Erica, on your chart, are you using the MNQ and the MES and just doing one, or are you doing like 10 to make it one mini? Okay, good. I like that. So she says that she's used mini's too fast. I'm doing one micro. Okay. Pull against me, then I'll enter one more contract for better entry. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Yeah, that's great. I just was hoping that you weren't on a 50K account trying to do minis because that would be terrible. There's not a lot of room, especially if they have a daily loss limit. I don't think they do anymore on Take Profit, but if they did, you could hit that $1,000 daily loss limit pretty quick. Or 1,100, I think it was. Okay, so we stayed out of this, guys, because everything didn't line up. It did on the 3-minute, but it didn't on the 5-minute. So that's why I say I use the 1 hour, the 5-minute, and the 3-minute. Yeah, it's just kind of holding there. Let me see. So NQ, man, we really slid hard on NQ today, guys. I had already hit my daily loss, or my daily max, not loss, daily max profit trigger. And man, this trade here was like 10 seconds and I was already done because I'd already hit my max. That would have been a good sale, and we're in a pretty good sale still on both of those. Crazy. Let's go back to our one screen so I can see this a little bit better. I'm going to zoom in. We're just going to kind of hyper focus right now. There's already a red background, and then that signaled on the RSI. Would you take the trade? Most likely yes, Trent. Most likely yes, and because I'd already done my figuring. I'd already looked at the 1 hour chart, and I knew it was in a downtrend. If it was below, if we'd got the RSI to signal on that gold trade and it was below those two EMAs and it turned red and all that was at the same time, then yes, I'd place a sell, and my target would be this green dotted line because you can see it's bounced You can see that this morning it touched it very earlier this morning. It touched it right about the time market opened, and then almost touched it again. But see, we're consolidating pretty hard, and it didn't signal. It kind of, in this candle here, it kind of went red, but then the next candle formed and the red went away. So if it repaints that quick together, that tells me that there's a strong resistance right there and not to take the trade. A lot of times what will happen is it'll do this. We'll kind of float between these two EMAs, and then once it punches through, it's going to sink. So we're going to watch for that. But yes, to answer your trade, or answer your question, Trent, I would have. That would have been a great entry in my opinion. Doesn't mean it'd go through 100%. No, absolutely not. There is no 100% in trading, but high probability, yeah, I'd say so. I'd say 75 to 90% probability. And we're looking for just a short trade. We're not looking for a very big trade on gold today. With all these supports right here, it just tells me there's a lot of support right here, and a big sell is not very likely. But to the next level down, yeah, sure. Erica, you and everybody else on the planet. That's so common. I hate that. I know exactly what that's like. Do you want to even feel worse about things, or you want me to tell you a story that's similar to that? What she's saying, guys, she's been like 200 before passing a challenge and over leveraged and took a loss and then revenge trade and got out of control and probably blew the account. Everybody's done that. It's so frustrating. I actually got funded, and I got funded, made $1,000, and the very next trade I lost like $3,000, and I had to start all over again. I mean, it was just like 3 weeks of work was just down the toilet because I over leveraged. And that was actually, so the last time I was funded was before this one was when I got this Simple Market Metrics. The last time I was funded before that was like 8 months ago. And so that whole time I was just doing studying and research. I wasn't making any money. I was just working on this. But yeah, that sucked. That really sucked. Adam, what's your question? How did you put the execution window there where it allows you to have the full trading screen next to it? Are you talking about the order doc right here? Adam, are you talking about this right here? If you click right here, that goes away. Is that what you're talking about? You can undock it. I know if you go up in here, you can undock it. See that little undock right there? You can undock it and you can move it wherever you want. So it may be undocked already. Okay, so take it. So let's undock it. So yours is looking like this. Is that what you're saying? Go into here and dock to the right. And it'll put it right there. And then if you want it to disappear, click this trade and it'll disappear. And then you could just use your buy and sell buttons if you want. Does that help you? Oh, you're welcome, Trent. Did that help you? Did that make sense? I hope I explain things where it makes sense. I try to get in depth. I don't want to sound like a scientist or anything, but I try to really get all the information that I'm seeing so you can understand where I'm coming from. Exactly. Okay, so that fixed it for you. I'm not the best with TradingView, but I've been using it for like a year and a half, and I love it. It's so much better than MT4 and MT5 that I was using before. Good. Glad that helped you. See, I'm a little bit of everything. I can help with a little bit of everything. Super RT joined. Good morning. I did take some trades. It was just really early, and I didn't stream them. They were earlier this morning. Let's go into it. I'll show you where I was at. Super RT is asking when I took trades. I took trades late last night or early this morning. I think it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. And I just did, like I said, I started at my 1 hour. I could see, actually this entry right here was right below. I could see that things were starting to turn on the 1 hour chart. So I placed it here, and then I set a stop loss up here. And then I actually went and watched a movie and came back in a couple hours later. I came in like right here, and it started sinking again. So yeah, we sunk really hard on the 1 minute or the 5 minute chart on NQ and ES. They both sunk really hard today. So The reason I didn't take any more trades, Super RT2, by the way, is I'd already hit my daily. I'd already hit my daily profit trigger. And like I said last week in the last live stream, once I hit my funded account, I'm just going to do everything the same. I don't want to get crazy. I don't want to change anything. I just want to do what's comfortable and what I've been doing really good with. So I left my numbers all the same. I did just adjust it up a little bit just so we could do another trade for the stream here. I'd really like to take a live trade, stream trade with everybody today. I've been kind of watching gold. I've got an alert set on gold. I think I'm going to watch gold today, see if we can get a small scalp. I'm thinking that we can get a sell. I'd like to see a sell come in on the gold area, and we're going to try and get a little small. This is going to be a scalp, right? Okay, so there's an alert, guys. If you're not sure what alerts look like, that's what it is. That's what they sound like, that chime you heard. And it just went up. So I'm really glad we didn't take this sell here because this would have been a loss. Anytime, another thing too, guys, anytime these white dots are between my EMAs, I don't really like this area. Now, to me, if we back up a little bit, this looks much better. We're on both sides. We're on the other side of both of the EMAs. We've got a red background. We got an RSI, and it barely touched that. So if we'd have took the sell here and aimed for this level, we would have barely hit it. But it'd have been a quick scalp. 15 minutes, you're done. You know what I mean? Yeah, so the trade I took this morning on ES and MNQ was really early in the morning. I had just happened to jump on my chart, and the 1 hour time frame had just barely sunk below the EMAs, and the RSI was down too, and I could see we were in a downtrend. So I took trades earlier this morning, and we hit my daily profit trigger. I had tons of room. I could have went still. I mean, it hit clear up here. At on the ES, we hit at 57.07 my take profit, and we're down to 56.50. So we still sunk quite a bit further. If I hadn't have done that and I was looking for trades this morning, I would have took this sell. I would have took the sell at around 56.74, which would have been about 45 minutes ago. And the area I would have targeted, we would have hit the take profit already, or we'd still be in the trade and just barely be in profit. We would be $20, $30, $40 in profit. It is kind of turning around on us. So if this turns green, so if you don't hit your take profit and it turns green on you, then I'll just exit there. I mean, sometimes it's 20 to 50 bucks, but it's better than a loss. So does that help you, Super RT? By the way, it was good talking with you this weekend. He was one of the guys that emailed me. I had probably 15 email conversations over the weekend. It was kind of fun. I actually enjoy answering questions and helping out. I'm glad that people are finding value in my content. That's what I'm really looking to do. There's so much garbage out there. It makes me laugh when I look at some of the bigger YouTube channels. It's obviously just a big money smoke show, you know, and I'm just trying to be the opposite of that. Good morning, Joe Shoes. Am I saying that right? Trading View. Good morning. Nice to have you here. Thank you for showing up. No, it's not a hedging region, Adam. They move together. They usually move very similar. So if you go back on some of the other videos that I've made, you'll notice that I'm always in a very similar trade on both of those, and it's because they move very similar. They're not exactly the same. I have seen them move opposite of each other, but for the most part, they move together. The other part of that is it's not a hedging thing at all. I don't hedge. Hedging is a very, very bad. I used to make some killer money in Forex hedging, but oh my gosh, you get way out of whack and you can really mess yourself up. So nowadays I'm a little more controlled and I'm a little bit better at order entry type of deal. And back then I was DCAing with hedging and it just got out of control. And I'm so glad I got away from that. So it's not hedging. I'm not using it as hedging. I'm just getting the same simple market metrics are saying the same thing because they're moving together. So I take a trade on both of them and just ride the wave down. And that's worked really well. I mean, if I'm selling NQ and I'm selling ES and they both sink pretty hard that day, man, we made some good money. And a lot of times it's fast. There was one day we were in and out of trades in like 23 minutes. Most days I trade for, I would say 2 hours, 3 hours, and I'm done. But that day was awesome. It was like 25 minutes. I'm like, man, I'm just getting warmed up and we're done already. It was crazy. Yes, sir. Awesome. Awesome. I appreciate it, Adam. Like I said, I try to be what I want to be, guys. I want to be very clear. I want to be very helpful, and let's make this money together. It'd be awesome if we're all doing similar trades. If we've all got this metrics and we're all getting similar information. I mean, the charts look like mine. You're all going to see what I'm seeing, so you all should be taking very similar trades to mine. Now, where you set your take profit and stop loss, that's all arbitrary. That's all personal. Your levels might be different than mine. If you're on a 50K account, you're probably not going to be as aggressive as I am. If you've got 150K accounts, you can probably afford to be more aggressive. So everybody's risk limit's different. Everybody's goals are different. So this just happens to be what works for me and what my levels are. This kind of income is what I'm looking for. This is what I want to do for income. And so these $850 days, I'm very comfortable at that level. For a 100K account, that's not that bad. I'm not even 1% a day if you look at it as a percentage-based thing. So the prop firm's going to look at my stats, and they should be pretty satisfied with them. We're not over-leveraging. We are using very small units. We're not DCAing. I've only DCA'd on one trade or two trades, three trades maybe. But most of the time, my entries are laser sharp, right? We get a really, really good entry. And we plot our levels when we start out, so we know what the overall trend is, and then we know where to shoot for, and then we blow through those levels. I love it when I set a take profit area, or I have a level I'm looking at, and we blow through that. And then we use Tradevate to help us by stopping us out when we've hit our profit trigger. I cannot say how awesome that feature is and how much that will help you if you use that. I don't care if you set it at $50, $200, $500, whatever you set it at. That's your personal business, right? But that feature will save you, because when it stops you out, you're going to look back and be like, man, I did a good thing today. I used my charts, I did my charting, I did my homework, and we aced the test. Think about it like that. You know what I mean? It's incredible. Right on, man. Joe Shoes, I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Adam, that's it, man. You nailed it. The simple market metrics, and then the things I've added and tweaked. I mean, we all can see what's going on, right? I mean, it's pretty clear. I feel like I can read the charts very, very well. Maybe the best I ever have. Honestly, I mean, I've seen a lot of stuff in my days. I've been to a lot of things. I've spent a lot of money in trading. I can promise you guys, I can say this with confidence. I've spent well over $100,000 in my life on trading. And that's counting tradings, that's counting software, that's counting EAs and bots, that's counting classes I've attended, that's counting money that I've invested and lost or won. I mean, this $100 system with the additions I made are as good or better than anything I've ever seen. And I've been in trading since 2008, 2009. I started really making good money in like the 2012, 13, 14 area. And then I lost a whole bunch. We had a big slide on Euro USD. I used to trade Euro USD like it was nobody's business. I thought I was going to be a millionaire. I had it in my head trading was going to get me $1 million. I was going to make $1 million in 1 year. That was a bad idea. That made me over leverage and get way too crazy. So after that happened, I set myself on a journey of self-discovery. I wanted to learn everything I could about it and make sure that never happened again. And fast forward to 2025, here we are. I stumbled upon one of Justin's videos clear back last summer. I've been trading futures for probably a year and a half. I actually got some of the bigger channels. I just happened to stumble across one of those, and I've never even heard of futures before, so it was an easy transition for me from Forex. My very first futures account was actually a Top Step Combine, and I actually passed it in a week. And then I got funded, and I got maybe $1,000. $500 or $1,000. This was like 18 months ago, so I forget how much it was. But then I got way too crazy, and that story I just told Erica, I blew that account pretty quick. So I don't really. There's a lot of prop firms out there that I don't want to get into any trouble, because I've noticed some other YouTubers have gotten into some trouble by saying bad things about prop firms. So the only thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to prop the ones I like. I'm not going to say anything bad about the ones I don't. And all of them have their goods and bads, even Tradify, right? The only thing I wish Tradify would do a little different, I wish that I could get, now that I'm funded, I was reading through the funding rules, I wish I could get 2 daily payouts. That would be nice. But it's okay. I'm patient. I'm okay with waiting. I got to wait 10 days for my payouts. So that means I can get 3 payouts a month. At the way I'm trading and the numbers I'm hitting, no problem. totally fine with me, you know? So, I learned a lot from you. Going to say thank you. I appreciate that, man. It's actually been really cool to get so many emails and so many comments on my channel saying, man, this is really awesome. You're doing a great thing here. You're really helpful. I mean, what you're doing, it makes sense to me. It's very understanding. I mean, that's what I'm trying to do here, guys. I've always had a good speaking voice. I've sold auto parts on the phone. I've done some radio work before. And so this is a good transition for me. This is something easy for me to do. So, but yeah, I'm really glad to hear that. Thank you. I'm really glad to hear that it's helpful. I'm really glad that it's making a difference in your trading or helping you understand more. Okay, so there's an alert. But yeah, the love is appreciated, guys. Thank you. I also use the SMM. It is great. I appreciate that. I love it too. The RSI histogram is awesome. Such an awesome addition. I don't care what chart I look at, if it's SMM or just one I designed or something else, I will always put that on there. And the numbers I use off this are actually based off an old strategy I used in Forex. And it worked really well. I kicked some butt in Forex. I lost a lot of money in Forex too, so it's all relative, I guess. Okay, we're still hovering, guys. So we're between EMAs, which I don't like. I'd much rather be on the other side of both of them. Our background is green. Our 1 hour is red. Our background on the 5 is green. So that tells me there's a lot of support right here. Until we break it, I'm not going to do anything. We're going to hang tight. If we want to jump over to NQ, looks like it's turning around a little bit on us. I love the order blocks too, because it gives you a good idea to where to look for a trade. So I wouldn't wait unless this turned red right here. I would probably just wait on that one. Same thing on ES. I noticed it's selling a little bit now, but it's not red. So we want to wait till everything lines up. Let's see. On 100K accounts, less than percent, taking this back drawdown on the account, which is 4K, it's a much larger percentage, right? Well, yeah, if you look at it like that. I don't really look at my drawdown because my entries are so good that I usually, my whole goal is just to get to that daily profit trigger. That's my whole focus. I don't really think about much else other than, and I use small unit sizes, so I know I've got room to work with if I need it. But you're right. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Adam. Super RT, I don't really think about it like that, but that's how it's worked out. Yeah, 300 to 400 per instrument. There is days that I'll take some gold trades. So I've actually had it before where I was quite a ways away from all my targets, and I had 3 trades going, but I hit my daily profit trigger, right? So just in case you didn't see that, the daily profit trigger I set today, I bumped it up to 1250 so we can do some more trades, but I already hit my 850. So I've actually had it before where I was in a loss on one asset, but the other 2 were in major profit. So I look at my overall more than I do per asset, per instrument, right? I don't look at it like I got to make 400 on NQ, I got to make 400 on ES. I look at my overall daily as what I do, and these 3 instruments are my main traded things. I have traded other things before. Sometimes I'll look at something else that I haven't traded for a while, or I have never even done, and maybe I'll take a trade or 2, even on my funded account. I don't care if it's a loss, no big deal. But these are my favorites. I feel like I'm most consistent with these, so these are my favorites. So, but yeah, I hope that makes sense. I hope that what my whole thing to answer your question is I look at my overall. Not per instrument. I just try to focus on my daily goal and instead of instrument. Okay, guys, if anybody's watching ES, this is sinking pretty hard. I'm going to go back down to my one screen. Let's go into ES and NQ. We may have some more sell action. So if you're selling right now, here's where I would plot to. The 5 minute doesn't have any resistance showing or support right now, but your 1 hour, you've got clear down to here. That would be a really good place to target. So if anybody's wanting to do a sell, jump on your MES, and if Simple Market Metrics flags a sell, which we've got an alert set, if this flags a sell and turns red on us, maybe we'll take a sell here, because gold's not really helping us today. Gold's in a real tight consolidation. It's not really moving that much. So yeah, let's flip over to this. Let's watch this one because yeah, there's some good room here. Start at your 1 hour. Like I said, guys, we started our 1 hour. We can see we're in an obvious downtrend, right? And I'm going to set an alert right above this order block. Okay. So when it's crossing, so what this alert is saying, when that price crosses this gray dashed line, it's going to signal me. Now, that's just my mental notes of where an area likely could be. What was that? What was that number? I think it was, okay, so 56.30.25 is what I set my alert at, okay? And we are at 56.55, so that alert is going to signal, I wish it would show on the 5-minute chart too. I just noticed it didn't do that. Okay, guys, here we go. You guys ready to take a trade? I'm going to take a trade. Okay, we're going to take a stop loss and a take profit too. I'm going to do a giant stop loss and take profit. As soon as this signals, we're going to rock it. Trent, have a good day. If you're already gone, we'll see you next stream. I disabled the candle color matching and it's worked great to make the stop loss. Joe Shoes, if you wouldn't mind, email me a screenshot of what you're talking about. My email is in the about of the channel. So yeah, I'd like to see that. That sounds cool. Early stop loss. Yeah, that sounds cool. I'd like to see what you're talking about. That's pretty cool. Anybody who's still here ready to take a trade? I think we're going to take a trade here, guys. Erica, are you here still? If you're here still, let's rock a trade. NQ's probably similar story. Ooh. I mean, this is just plotting, guys. It doesn't mean it's going to do that, but it's looking good to me. Yeah. Concrete truck? How funny. Yeah, that's funny. I used to drive a haul truck. I had a Cat 789 haul truck I drove when I was doing some trading when I'd take my breaks or use the bathroom or whatever. Yeah. Well, that's crazy. Good for you, man. That's multi-purpose, baby. Get that money how you can. I love it. I love it. Yeah, this is looking good for a sale here, guys. If this RSI keeps where it's at, we are going to get a decent little sale right here. We're going to shoot. I'm going to put an alert on where I did the other one too, so you can visualize it on this 5-minute chart. Okay, so that alert I just set right there, right? That's a really good area to set a target at. Anytime you look at the simple market metrics and there is no green dots, that means we've got a ways to go down or a ways to go up, depending on which direction you're looking. And for, we've sunk pretty hard today, but yeah, I think we're going to keep going. Now we want to see everything line up, right? We get an alert. We want to see a red background. We don't see a red background here, and this last candle was sticking down pretty good. So things are consolidating on all these charts right now. We're really not making any direction here. Earlier it did, but right now we're just kind of floating. We're just kind of floating. Let's see what happens, Erica. I want to watch this. I mean, this looked really good 5 minutes ago. Now it's kind of pulling back a little bit, but yeah, I want to take a trade while we got everybody on here. I'd like to pound that daily trigger and be done, right? I bumped it up for you guys because I want to take a trade, even though I already took some trades and I hit my daily profit for the day. I'm passing my test, 51K for the moment. Yeah, nice, good job. Dean, I was going to ask you earlier, are you trading any prop firms? Or are you trading your own money, or what do you got going on? You in any trades right now? How's your day going? Let's check in on our good friend Gold. Man, I'm loving when I open up this screen. I'm loving seeing this big resistance right here. That's just feeding my anticipation for the trade here, because just can't break it. All these candles push into it and immediately reject. It's done it 5, 6, 7, 8 times. Look at this. Anytime you see candles like this price action. Yeah, well, I think we're going to take a trade here, guys. I'm going to wait for my alerts to signal. We want everything to line up. I'm going to show you exactly what I see and exactly how I do it. We're going to do it live on YouTube, March 10th, 2025. We're going to get some cash. Even if it's simulated cash, we're going to get that cash. Still looking to get in. Just got one on a short. Nice, Jeff. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Yeah, I was actually done trading early this morning. I was up earlier than normal. I don't usually trade at that time of the day, and we already hit my. I do a daily profit trigger on the Tradevate function, and so once I hit that, I'm pretty much done trading. So I went in and adjusted a little bit up higher just so I can do some more trades because I'd like to do one live here. So, okay, so in our alert section, we can see in the log that we just got a crossing down for the MES, right? S&P. But what do we see here, guys? It barely broke through the negative 12, but we don't have a red background. It's under our EMAs. That's good. There's a support or resistance right here that it's below. That's good. The price action looks like it touched that resistance and it's going to sell. But we don't. These are green. I don't like seeing these green. So when you hover over it, we hover over it right here. It's a mix of green and red. We've got some things saying red and some things are green, some are red. Some things are green and some things are red. I like to see it all the same. We want to see alignment. We want everything to match. Nice. Dean, I've looked at TopStep X a couple times. How do you like it? I asked those guys if we could integrate a PineScript from TradingView into it, and they said no. That's why I don't use a TopStep X account. But TopStep was my very first prop firm account I bought. It was awesome. Mr. Trader Mick, how you doing? Not specifically, no. The simple market metrics is pretty much all I use these days. I do have some other indicators I've used in the past that had ATR built into them, or ATR was part of that strategy. But on this specific strategy, no, I don't. And I'll tell you, so if you're referring to using ATR for like your targets, for like how do you set your stop loss and your take profit, we used to do that quite a bit back in Forex. You'd look at your ATR, and that would kind of give you your risk to reward and how much distance you possibly have based on the ATR, so you could set your take profit that way. Simple Market Metrics has the support and resistance lines built into it, and I usually shoot for those. So like this morning here, I took this trade here, and I would have set my take profit right here. So I more visualize it. I mean, it's probably using ATR somehow in their equations or somewhere in their script or their sourcing, but I don't use it specifically. I just use my setup here is all I use these days, and it's worked well for me. Okay, so I like that we got an alert, but it's not 100% what I like to see. I'd like it more to be red, 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 right? We've got a red dot in the middle, red background, red candle, and the RSI. This is still kind of floating. I'm going to go back to gold, see if we got any action there. I've got an alert set on gold. So the other thing I like about the alerts, if you're focused on a chart and you've got alerts set on a different chart or a different instrument, then when you get an alert, you flip back to that, you analyze, and then you place a trade. The alert doesn't make you place a trade. Notice how I got an alert, but I didn't place a trade. I want to see, all it's doing is telling me that we're getting lined up. It's like, it's like putting the golf ball on the tee, but it doesn't mean you swing, right? We're sitting good. We got a lot of things lined up for us, but we're not quite there. I mean, there's nothing to say this thing couldn't just flip on us and go right back up. There's a lot of bulls. I wouldn't be surprised if you're looking on like a level 2 chart. There's tons of buy orders here, right? Cyclonic, nice to see you. Nice to meet you. Thank you for being here. The Dashing Trader. Love it. Love it, love it. How you guys doing? Mr. Trader Mick, Cyclonic, Light, how you guys doing today? It depends. Which one you looking at, Jeff? Are you looking at this, the MES 5-minute chart? The green background, yeah, that would be for a buy. Absolutely. But if we look, so what I do is I start at the 1 hour, and if we're on the 1 hour chart, even though it's sunk pretty hard this morning, so I know a lot of people on the 1 minute charts, they're going to want to be buying this like crazy, right? Because it sunk so hard, they're going to be looking for this to go back to this 21. It's below the 200. We're way below the 200. We're below the 21, and our next real strong support's down here. So I put an alert at 56.31. I think I did the same on. No, it's actually higher on the 5-minute chart. So 56.31 right here. So just this is how I plot and I target. I want to see everything line up, though. I'm not going to take a trade unless everything's lined up. If we get some red and some green and they're all mixed together, I don't take it. And this is why. Look, it's not going anywhere. We're just consolidating. We're just floating. This is they call this the donation zone. There's no clear direction. We're just donating money if we try to trade in there. I love when I watch other YouTubers and they're on the 1 minute chart and sometimes the 2 minute charts and they're buying against the trend. And I'm obviously selling. I'm looking at a higher time frame and I can see it's a downtrend and they're buying into it and they're just taking loss after loss after loss. Every time I trade simple market metrics on 1 minute, I take more losses than wins. I've never been able to make it work that way. On 5 minute, doing it the way I do it, looking for alignment, I do a lot better. Yeah, I agree, Dean. Like I said, I actually was going to get a Top Step 50K combine or 100K combine and see if I could use simple market metrics on it, but they won't support it. They don't support the Pine script and the source for it. So that's why I don't use Top Step anymore. I don't have anything personally against them. I've seen a lot of negative things about them, but me personally, I had a good experience. But honestly, I bet you money if you search YouTube, you could find negative about every prop firm out there, including Tradeify, which is who I'm using now. I did, by the way, too, this is an update for the channel. I did apply for an affiliate code from Tradeovate over the weekend. So if that's going to be happening here soon, I will post that to my channel and get it to you guys. So if you're looking to get some accounts, try to get a little discount. I don't know how all that works as far as what I can get, but if you're going to buy one anyway, you might as well support my channel and get you a little discount at the same time. They've been awesome for me. I'm going to love using these guys. If this works out how I'm planning and how it's looking, I'm going to love Tradeify. I think they're going to be a great account or a great prop firm. Mr. Trader Mick, thank you. Really like the live stream. Thanks for doing the hard work. You bet, man. Somebody's got to do it, right? Without selling $5,000 courses and showing you their Lambos in the background. Meanwhile, they're blowing prop accounts faster than they make money. I'll bet some of these guys' expenses are more than they're making. What they really make money off of is affiliate commissions and YouTube. They're not even making money trading. My goal is to make tons of money trading. YouTube's a side thing. I really enjoy helping too. I just have that built into me. I like when somebody asks me a question, I can help them get on the right track. Mohammed Golem, Haider Mehidi. That's quite a name. I appreciate you joining today, man. Generally, yes, I do. I look at the 3 minute and the 5 minute, but generally, yes, I do. I have my alerts set on the 5 minutes, but I will look at the 3 minute and I will make sure these two are lining up. What I mean by that, so on the 3 minute chart, we've been in a downtrend for a little bit here. The overall 1 hour is a downtrend. The 3 minute broke through about 15 minutes ago. We're just waiting for our 5 minute to match up to that, and then I will place the trade, yes. But thank you for being here. Thank you for your question. See how the 3 minute was red and the candles are all those white dots were all in a line. They didn't really move anywhere. That's why the 5 minute hasn't signaled yet. There's just not quite enough strength. If this changes to red and this alerts me again, we're going to take a trade, guys. We want to be patient, you know? I mean, it's so easy to get in the buy click mode. You just click, buy, click, click, you know what I mean? And next thing you know, you're down a whole bunch, you're all out of sorts. And, you know, sometimes, even on 5 minutes, sometimes the market can move against you really fast. There's been a ton of times I went to the bathroom and came back, I'm like, damn, I am in drawdown. Way to go. And there's a ton of times where I place a trade and I'll go get a drink of water and I'll come back and we're $80 in profit. I mean, it was 3 minutes. You probably have a nickname, I'll bet, Mohammed. And I didn't mean to murder it. I was trying to read it all and make sure I said it correct. So But I appreciate you being here, man. Thank you. Yeah, what you got? You got to have a nickname, right? What's your nickname? I'm from Bangladesh. Oh, nice. Okay, cool. I used to have a guy that did some coding for me back in the day. It was from Bangladesh. He was awesome. Yeah, he was awesome. I don't know what happened to him. I kind of lost contact with him, to be honest with you. But he was really good at coding software. And he was affordable. He was quick. He was affordable, and he did a good job. I'd love to see Bangladesh someday, to be honest with you. I'd love to go through a tour through. I'd love to see some of that, some of those. I'd like to go to the Philippines first, and then kind of travel through there. Go see Laos, Vietnam. Yeah, that'd be great. That would be great. But yeah, appreciate you being here, man. Bangladesh. All right. Okay, here we go. So I highlight everything here. Everybody watch this, okay? I run my cursor over here. We just got an alert. We're in a cell. We're in the 1 hours of cell. We've finally, the background is red. It's held. We're taking it. We're going to take it. I'm going to set this at 100. Set this at 100, and I'll show you how I'm going to use these. Set these pretty high, and then we'll move them, okay? Okay, we're in a trade. Now, my stop loss, I'm going to move to the other side of that resistance. My take profit just so happens to be where that alert was set. That's kind of crazy. Wow, we did that really well. Let me go back to the 1 hour chart, but we're in where I'm taking a sell. Go back to the 1 hour. Okay, so we could even get a little more aggressive with this. Go down just a teeny bit. Modify. Move our alert down just a teeny bit. There we go. Now, the alert, the function of the alert, the reason I set the alert is if I didn't do a stop loss, I would just let the alert tell me when to stop. Right? But yes, we got alignment. Everything's aligning. 3 minutes already in a cell. RSI's down. We're red, red, red. A 5 minute chart. So 2 areas I'd look for just glancing at the screen, just my experience telling me where to look for. I'd look at this area because this spike down right here. See where these gray dots are? That's the daily low. That area's been visited a couple times. We might be towards the bottom of this movement, but we're going to watch it and see. We've got a red dot too, so if I had the sells, buy and sell signals turned on, you'd saw a sell right there. It would have said sell. So we're going to let it do its thing for a minute, give it some room to breathe, and we're going to see what happens here. Now, zoom out just a bit. Go back to here. Mahidi, am I saying that right? Mahidi? Much love and respect back to you, bro. Thank you. I just bought Simple Market Metrics last week. I want to be a profitable trader like you one day. Thank you. Brett, thank you for being here, and you're welcome. Have you took any trades yet, Brett? Have you set your charts up yet? Have you installed it yet using version 5? I am excited. This is like my 4th or 5th funded account. I've made $1,000 a couple times. My last funded account had a really unfortunate event with Tradevate, and I had a pending order take me out when I wasn't even at my computer. I have a really bad habit of getting really busy and doing a lot of things, and that day that I did that, I was extremely busy outside of here, and I placed a trade, and I came back and I did I looked at it, and I had actually blown my funded account. It was a take profit trader account. And this was so crazy. The day that I blew that, or the next day when I was just going to reset it. It was actually like right around the time change of the month, and they actually took away they added the activation fee. And so I couldn't get it without an activation fee. So that's why I did another video that's on my channel that said I need your help, and it was just me looking for other prop firms because I'm not paying activation fees. That's ridiculous. That's just a way extra money they want to milk from you. If I can get funded without an activation fee, and then a week later that something happens to that account, I should be able just to buy another one and do the same thing over again. I've already demonstrated I know how to trade, and I'm not going to just give you, just because you guys are down on your sales numbers or whatever, and you have to charge an activation fee. I just don't like that. I don't want to pay an activation fee. I won't do an account that has an activation fee. I did it with Top Step. I made $1,000 and I lost that account and I had to start all over again. That's when I first got into futures. So, okay, we're in a sale, guys. If you're in the sale when I got in, we should be in profit. We should be doing well. All right, to see how that order block just moved down, that tells us that now that is a pretty strong resistance right there. So, and it's right where our 21 EMA is. So, Da Mandela, thank you for being here. How you doing? All right, cool. Yeah, watch some of my videos. Look at my version 5 video, look at my chart setup video, and I added some things to it. I do it a little different than Justin does on his channel. I'm in constant communication with Justin. I talk to him a couple times a week, and this is just how I'm using it. It's working for me. So I'm hoping to spread the wealth and help everybody out, and set your chart up. So my email is in the about of the channel. So if you want to email me, you can. I've got 15, 20 people that email me, and I'm kind of building a little community here. It's kind of fun, but I want us to win. I know so many people are frustrated with trading because it's so easy to lose. Let's win. Let's just get it and let's win. Right? Let's win. And let's win for real. Let's win where it's actionable. Let's win where it's actually like, it's not just playing a video game on the computer. It's money in the bank. That's winning. And if you guys, here's how you can thank me. If you really appreciate what I'm doing, tell somebody else about my channel. Have them use my code to get Simple Market Metrics. That's the only thing I'm looking to make money on right now, right? I mean, and my affiliate pay is not that great. I've only made a couple sales. I think I've made 5 sales altogether. I want to be the top affiliate for them because I really believe in it. I think it's a great piece of software. Okay, Brett, when you get time, look through my channel. Look at the channel, and pretty much all the videos I make, I just do the same thing. I'm looking at the analyst. I'm analyzing things the same way, and we're just rinse and repeat, man. I set my daily profit trigger. If you haven't done that yet, if you haven't used that feature, start doing it. It'll transform your trading, because then what your goal is to find good entries and trade until you hit your daily profit trigger. Once that's happened, you did your job. You're done working. You hit your numbers, get out of the market, and stay out. I did something I probably shouldn't have done, and I've done this a couple times. Don't go in and modify this. Leave it at what you set. I only modified it today because I want to take another trade, and I'd already hit my daily profit. I just had to override it, essentially. But that can put you in bad. I mean, what if the market went against me, and then it put me in a bad mental note where I'm like, crap, I got to make that up, and then next thing I know, I'm down half what I made. Just use that feature, set it at what you need, whatever your levels are, hit that number, and then use Simple Market Metrics to get you there. Blow your numbers out of the water, and then go do something else, man. Go to the movies, go shoot a bow and arrow, go fly a kite, whatever, 4% today. Wow, that's good. Da Mandela said, I made 4% today, but I want to be more consistent and looking to create a more bulletproof system. I already love your system and thinking. Oh, good. Thank you. I'm just going to call you Mahidi, right? No, Mahidi, I trade. There's 3 things I mostly trade: MNQ, MES, and MGC. Those are my 3 favorite instruments. And I make plenty of money off just those 3. I like having less to worry about as far as how many things I'm looking at. I think I do better that way. And if you look at my videos, look at my videos on my chart, on my channel. It just wins. I win over and over and over again. I have very few losses and very high win rate, actually. On my eval. That's the word I'm looking for. On my eval, my win rate was 82%, and my biggest loss was like $38, I want to say, and my biggest wins were like 400. I mean, it just completely blows the loss out of the water. I had, and you know, the win loss rate, I don't really look at that too much, because if my daily profit trigger, if I have multiple trades going and my daily profit trigger takes me out because my overall is where it needs to be, I don't even care what a loss is. If it's $5, $10, $25, who cares? My daily profit trigger is what matters. Oh, you're welcome, Brett. Like I said, guys, the best way you can help me is refer other people to me. Let's grow my channel. Let's get a good community going, and I'll do my best to stream as much as I can. You know, I am here. I want to get some affiliate cash. That's like a side gig of mine, right? Trading is my number one gig. I work in the afternoons, so I have plenty of time in the morning. I'm not the fanciest guy. My channel's just really plain and simple, but the message is what I want to be important. I want the content to be what it should be. I look at some of these bigger YouTube channels and I just laugh. I think it's a clown show. And the channels like mine, I want them to be the diamond in the rough. I want them to be where people can go and actually learn something and actually make a difference that's going to help them. That to me is more satisfying than anything. So what is S&P Micro? That'd be the MES. That'd be the chart we're looking at right now, Erica. So you're trading. So Erica, to answer your question, the S&P is ES. So the MES is Micro S&P. Yes, it is the MES H5. Yes. Yes. So I don't know if everybody knows this. I'm going to show you something here while we're waiting on this trade. If you go into your future search and type in MES, and then you hit this little drawdown, there's multiple contracts you can trade on. I like to do this one, the top one. But sometimes I'll trade these contracts. But the problem is, if you try to trade the March contracts, the numbers are all screwed up and it costs you more money. There's not a lot of liquidity on some of these other contracts, and so the fees are higher. So just be real mindful of that. So yeah, I do the MES1. The equivalent is the MES H5, and that's the same one. So, man, this thing sunk hard today. You're welcome, Erica. Yep, you're welcome. You're on the right thing. So that's what I was saying earlier. That's what I was saying earlier about the micros versus the when you said you were trading NQ, I was hoping you'd do in micros and not one mini. That would be really hard on a 50K account. So I do, and so just so everybody knows too, on the micro ES or micro ES, I do 2 units, and on micro NQ, I do 1 unit. That way, if I get into some drawdown, I still have plenty of room with my drawdowns and everything that I can add more to it if I absolutely need to. But I usually don't need to. I mean, if you get a good entry, you really don't need to. You shouldn't. I mean, things happen. Sometimes things go against you. You can do all the plotting in the world and think you got the perfect trade set up, and it still can go against you. That's just trading. What you're looking for is high probability, and you're looking for consistency. So if you do the consistent thing every day and you have a high probability set up every day, then you're going to win more than you lose. Yeah, Adam, I agree. I mean, at that level, at those levels, man, the possibilities are freaking amazing. I mean, to put that in perspective, if you had 550K accounts and your total drawdown was 55K, 2 to 3% a day would be 1,500. If I had 550K accounts and I was trading like I do, I could set my daily win at like $5,000. I could make like $4,000 to $5,000 a day and have the risk levels be very similar to what they are now, if not even lower. I mean, yeah, it's incredible what that would do for you. You got to just be mindful that if you have more accounts, then you open yourself up for more loss as well. So if you have a bad day on 5 accounts, you got that much more work to do to make up for it. And mentally, I wonder how that affects you. I've never traded more than 2 accounts at a time. If you had 5 accounts, or like I see these guys with 20 accounts, 20 Apex accounts, and I'm like, man, how does that affect you mentally? I mean, is that even? Yeah, I don't know. That's crazy to think about. But yeah, you're right, man. The daily numbers you could pull out of that would be incredible, life changing for sure. Yeah, De Mandela. Oh my gosh, that's such a highly recommended feature. I mean, that's how I do. That's how I'm able to consistently do the same results or good results because I just trade until I hit that number and then I walk away. I shut it off. I'm done. You know what I mean? No, I don't. The only recordings I've made up until last week. Last week was my first live stream, Da Mandela or De Mandela. And I haven't done a lot of live work. I'm just venturing into it. This is a new thing for me. I've never done any live streams or anything like that before with YouTube. It is quite a bit of work to manage it all and to set it all up and to make it work and have it sound good and be understandable, right? So most of my channel is videos of like recaps. It's just showing what's happened. I go through it. I say what I did and how I got what I got. And then honestly, I always show my executions as well. So see these little arrows? Those are my executions. So when I go through and I do a recap, even if I'm not doing it live, I can go back through and show you, okay, here's where I took my entry, and you hover over it and it shows you that little cursor. That's where you're started. And then if you hover over this, that's where it ended. And this one here, I hadn't said, I didn't do a stop loss or take profit. I had my daily trigger kick me out. So you're using the system as your take profit, right? It'll kick you out when you've hit a certain amount, and it kicks you out for the day. Ever since I've done that, and that's a kind of advanced thing I learned at some things over the years. When I was trading Forex, one of the EAs I worked on that kind of turned me onto this style of strategy, one of the EAs I had on had a data box, and it would actually disable the EA robot once it hit a certain amount. In my mind, that was more important than what the robot was doing, right? I mean, you could build a very simple robot that just traded like once it crossed EMAs, and once it hit a certain amount, it would shut off. The problem is when you get into consolidating markets, it's not making any gains because it crosses that line and then it sells, and it crosses that line, then it buys, and then if it crosses that line and sells again, it'll take a loss or a win or whatever it's at. So there's potential where you're in a consolidation period, it will lose more than it wins. So that was a very, very complex problem we had with the coders that I used to deal with, and that's kind of what turned me onto that style of trading. So I love that risk feature because just trade until it shuts you off. That's how you win. And that not only that, when you have reports, when the prop firm's reviewing your reports and they see that every day you made the same amount of money and you risked the same amount, do you think that's a good? Do you think they're going to be happy about funding you? Does that show you that you're responsible with their funds and the funds that they're going to trust you with so you can make money on it? You know what I mean? When do we switch contracts? I think it's time. It was March 1st for this current contract. Yeah, it's like every quarter. You're right, Erica. Another thing you could do, Adam, if you have multiple accounts like that, link 2 or 3 of them together and then leave the other ones unlinked. And so you could hit your daily profit trigger on like the 2 or 3 and then go to your other 2 or 1 or 2 or 3 or however many you have and look at it like, okay, this account is my main account. This is my personal account. This is my 401k account, whatever. Maybe that would break the mental, that would take the mental block out of it because at that point you're just trading smaller accounts, even though you have a lot of big accounts. I don't think I'd link all of them together because if you had one bad day, like Nutty Bar Trading, everybody watch Nutty Bar Trading? Raise your hand if you watch Nutty Bar Trading. That guy has actually kicked butt some days, and he's absolutely whooped his own butt some days. I mean, I've seen him lose like 15 grand in a day, and it's because he's got 25 accounts linked together, and then the market's just consolidating, and he's on the wrong side of every trade, and pretty soon he's pulling his hair out and wanting to jump out a window, you know? And I'm just like, man, I'm over here with one trade, one account, and I made like $800 on one account. If I had the same amount of accounts he did and the same amount of money, and I leveraged, I equaled the leverage for that much money, I'd have made like $87,000. You know what I mean? I'm just over here small timing it, doing just fine. So I can call you Daniel. Okay, cool. Thank you, Daniel. Yeah, thank you. I don't mean to murder your name. I'm trying to spell it out and make sense of it. And yeah, nicknames are good. I like nicknames. You guys can call me JJ. Everybody says J, but I go by JJ. So I had a good friend of mine a long time ago, and he always would be like J to the J, and that's kind of how I got my channel name because I'd just been called that for so long. So you're welcome. Glad to explain. Adam, do you watch Nutty Bar? I've actually talked to him. Me and him emailed for a while. We thought about doing a collab about a year ago. I actually used his code too when he was one of the first guys to introduce me to trading. Back then, he had like 4,000 subscribers. He's got 15,000 now, and his expenses are crazy. The money he spends in evals is just crazy, absolutely crazy. And you get on the chat with those guys too. See, my chat's been about this: what we're doing, what we're trading, what we're looking at, our screen we're looking at. Right? I've been really serious about it. And they get talking about like Patrick Wyland's underwear and like, you know, why is a tree good and how does a Plymouth Positrack work? You know what I mean? I mean, we just go down some rabbit holes on that channel, and next thing you know, we're just like $500 down in a trade because we weren't even looking at we were just watching the chat. We're not even looking at the chart. So I was a little worried about that the stream would take away from my trading, but I think I'll be okay. The good thing about Simple Market Metrics is if we follow the rules and we use the system, we're going to be fine. And if we're not going to lose that much. We'll lose, but we'll cut it, and then we'll wait for a better entry and get another one. Every time I've taken a loss. Okay, I want everybody to hear this. Every time I've taken a loss, I've trusted Simple Market Metrics to help me not only just make up for that loss and be zero, or to turn it into a win. Right? The metrics help me get that. So I don't care if I take a loss. It doesn't even bother me. I'm to the point where I used to be super, super worried if I took a loss, and then mentally it messed me up. I would do a lot of crazy stuff, and next thing I know, I'm buying another eval. I don't do that anymore. I'm patient. We're going to sit here. We'll do what we got to do. We'll make the money we got to make, and then we're going to go enjoy our day. So as you can see from when we started this trade, we are now $95 in profit, and that's at two minis, $100. So we've got some distance. You know what I mean? We didn't just take a real quick scalp. It's not a fluke. We did our research. We did our analysis from the top down. We looked at the 1 hour. We looked at multiple things that told us to get into this trade, right? We looked at the 3-minute chart. We looked at the 5-minute chart. We wanted to see everything line up. Like, I didn't take a trade over here because everything wasn't lining up. Right here, it was. And look, we entered here and we're down here. We're doing great. We're heading down. Now, I want to point out, see this wick right here? Can you see how we punched through that? It actually is lower than that now, so that means we made a new low. So does that mean we're going to keep going lower, or does that mean we're start going higher now? Who knows, right? But usually, one thing I learned at the prop trading school, whenever you have a trend followed by a consolidation, after that consolidation, that trend will usually continue. And we're seeing that here. We saw it right here. This was a pretty strong trend, and then it consolidated for an hour or so, and then it trended again, and we sunk lower. And then it consolidated for a little while here, and then it sunk lower and consolidated for a while, and here we are. We've actually sunk lower now. We're even lower now. Now we're at 150. So by the time we hit this take profit, we're going to be like $300. I don't know if I'll get quite to that 1250, but once we're done with this trade, I'm going to be done streaming for the day. I hope this has been illuminating, though. I hope it's helped you see how I do it. What just happened? Oh, that was weird. My screen went black. Like my screen went black. Wow, that was weird. It just did it for just a second. But now, after this candle, well, I might go another candle or two. This would be about the time that I start going like this, right? I'm not going to do it just yet. But if you wanted to protect that order, you could move it to break even, and then you could walk away if you wanted. I mean, the worst thing that's happened is you're going to just pay a fee for the trade. I'm just giving it room to breathe. I'm not gonna do anything. This is a pretty small trade, so there's not a lot of room. Now, if we entered clear up here, I'd probably put it right here, and we'd be 50%. So we'd have a target here. Our stop loss would be 50%, and our entry would be clear up here, right? Yeah, Adam, I've actually talked to Travis before too. He lives out in La Pointe, Texas, I think he said it was. And I watched his channel for quite a while. I haven't seen him for a little while. I've got probably 50 different channels that I look at, so I don't really watch just one channel anymore. In fact, to be honest with you, the only channel I steadily watch these days is Justin's channel, My Future Success. Okay, so that was an alert on gold. It signaled down, but we still don't have a red background. I know our 1 hour trend is down. We haven't made new lows, so to speak, right? The low for the day is clear down here at 2903. No, I'm still not liking it. I don't see everything I want to see. Like I hover over this now that we got the alert, but we're not red. The background's not red. Go to 3 minute. There's probably a green order block. Yeah, see this rejected super hard off this order block. This order block's been there all morning. Even if it comes back, it's been there most of the morning. It's just not quite what I want to see. And as you can see, guys, if we'd have took it, it wouldn't have worked out. I mean, it's just kind of entering and then hitting back to the 200 and then bouncing off this bad boy and then dropping and then just kind of floating and then going back up here. Now, if this were to change, we get another RSI in a row and the background changed red, then I would probably take that trade and I would shoot for this level right here because it went lower than that. This first one, so these three right here are all together. If you look at them as one, it's a very strong support. I would aim for the top one. But I don't like it. It doesn't look right. It's just not what I want to see. Now, I've had it too, guys, with the market metrics. I've had it too where I'm in a trade, I'm in profit. I haven't hit my tick profit and I haven't hit my daily, but I get a green candle and a green background. So I just exit the trade. And then I'll just wait for a new one. I mean, it doesn't happen often, but it has happened. So we're in profit. I want to keep the profit. I don't want to give it back. Yeah, trading with Travis. I think his channel is more for like the community, right? He's trying to inspire people. I have seen him fight with some people too, and that gets annoying when you're trying to learn trading and these guys are fighting over dumb stuff. And it's really hard to follow somebody that's like can buy 10 accounts at once and then have like a $10,000 day, and then you don't see a video for a week or two, and then he's posting that I pulled out 50 grand, and you're like, wow, I wish I'd have seen that. That'd have been awesome, you know. And he's a decent guy. I don't have any problems with him or anything, but I just like to look at content that actually helps me, and some of the stream content that's out there doesn't. They don't go over. They haven't even gone in depth like we have today. They're just talking about the My Fluffy pillow they bought and all the politics in the world and whatever their personal opinions are or whatever. And all that stuff's irrelevant, man. We're here to do a job. We're here to set up our charts and we're here to kick some butt and then go do what you want personally. You know what I mean? Daniel, like I said, if you're using a stop loss, and when I was trading forex, we did that a lot. What I just showed you with moving the stop loss, yeah, we did that quite a bit. But to be honest with you, these days I let the indicators in my setup tell me when to get out. So I don't really do a lot with stop losses and take profits. My take profit is the daily trigger. So my goal is to find the entry so I can hit my daily trigger. And I hope that makes sense. You're welcome, Erica. If you want, take your profit now. I mean, it might go back to the EMA and then drop again. We're towards the bottom of the movement too, so it may not go much lower. But I mean, we could have took profit here. I'm still holding. I'm not too worried about it right now. I think it's just going to go up a little bit. See this profit wave too. I don't know if you guys know much about profit waves, but that's what this little shaded area is. You can look back and you can see where this touches the profit wave and bounces off it quite frequently. That's what it just did. It did that 10 minutes ago and it just did it again. That spike was very right at the bottom of the profit wave. So if another candle populates in 30 seconds, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if it drops lower than it was. Because that profit wave, it's just a series of EMAs. It's some faster EMAs and they're all grouped together. So, but yeah, if you just want to get $50, go ahead. Patience is key, Corey. Couldn't say it better, man. Patience, patience, patience. I have a sign in my office right here in my office I'm at. I used to have a little company that I was doing, and I tried to make Forex instruments, and it was called Torque Trading. And the bottom of it says patience equals profit. I'll take a picture and I'll post it to my to the channel here because I put that on my wall to remind me every single day to be patient for your setups because that's how you're going to make money. So yeah, Corey, I couldn't agree. I couldn't agree more. Psychonic Light, yours kicked out too. That's wild. Something with TradingView, I think. Yeah, that was wild. Out for 112. Right on, Mr. Trader Mick. Good job. We're back to entry. We it didn't really tell me anything to get out here because I didn't see anything change as far as any of the colors or RSI. We're at the profit wave, and like I said, a lot of times the profit wave and the next candle bounces way, way down. Here's a good example. Here's a good example. Yeah, you can look back through here. Anytime we hit this red shaded area, that's the profit wave. Boom, the next couple candles it sinks pretty hard, so let's just hold it and see. I mean, like I said 5 minutes ago, if you take your profit, you at least get $50. I'm already up for the day, so I'm not too worried about this trade. I mean, I'd like it to go down to this level I plotted just because I really feel like that's a strong support area. But things change. I mean, it could change. It could turn around against us, and we might take a small loss here. But at least at least I showed you my process. At least I showed you how I get my process here. If you were like a 10 tick type of guy or whatever, you would have made money the second candle, and you'd be out. You'd be looking for a new setup. So. Yeah, gold's just this. This is just all donation zone. I don't that nothing looks good here to me. I mean, you got 4 candles in a row that are red, but the background didn't change. So that just tells you there's too much instability. It's not all aligned. NQ. Pretty much like MES, S&P. We're just kind of hovering at entry now, guys. Didn't really drop as hard as I thought it was going to. I really wanted to see a little bit more than that. 1 hour still trending pretty hard though, so it might just be a patient thing. We may an hour from now it could be clear down to here. I don't really like holding trades long. I don't want to hold a trade all morning if I can avoid it. I like the half hour, 45-minute trades where we just get in like up here and then 45 an hour later we're down here and we get our money. That's great. Took yours at the bottom. Awesome job, Erica. That could, yeah, on the 3 minute and the 1 minute. I mean, you could use it that way. Enter on your 5 and then use the 3 minute for your exit. Yeah, you could. See this strong resistance right here? It's had a hard time breaking that, so it'll probably just bounce off of it and go down further. But I mean, who knows? It's anybody's game right here. We're kind of at the bottom of a move too. There is some distance to the very, very bottom, but it's moved hard against us, or it's moved hard this morning. So there is buyers waiting for their orders to fill and to push this thing up. So. And if I had my stop loss, actually, this formed after we took the trade. So I don't think I'll let it go clear to here. If I can see that it's going against me, like we get a green chart and it handles, if we get a green background and green candles, I'll probably just take the loss. It's not a big deal. But like I said, if we hold on to it if you're looking at the hour chart, those are longer term trades. It could be just another 45 minutes, hour, and it's clear down to here. So we took a little bit of drawdown, but overall we won. You know what I mean? That happens. That's pretty frequent. Right on, Adam. Yeah, I appreciate that. So I don't know if anybody's ever watched No Nonsense Forex. That guy's awesome, and I took a lot of cues from him. He doesn't show his face on his videos. Every video is about his channel and what he's trying to do for people. I learned a lot about algorithms and things from that guy. VP's a great trader. I'll bet he does really, really well on his accounts. I met a lot of people on his accounts too, and learned a lot over the days or the years I watched his channel. His channel's No Nonsense Forex. That's why I said that. So I just try to be, I'm just trying to be legit, man. I really am. I'm just transparent and be legit. I don't have, there's so much drama in the prop firm space. It's funny to watch. I mean, it's actually pretty comical. I get kind of a kick out of it. A lot of the things I watch now, I'm not looking to learn anything from them. I'm just watching the drama and laughing. Yeah, see, Adam, that's the thing. I was just trying to demonstrate how I get my info. You're not going to win every trade, right? But we used alignment and we used a strategy to get there, and we did hit profit. I mean, there was plenty of time to move the stop loss, and if it hit it, it hit it. You know, you always can re-enter. I mean, we're in profit again. So looking at the price action, and it wasn't able to break that resistance block. We hit it and turned right around. And if the RSI drops again, we're going to get another alert, and it's just going to keep going down. In fact, it'll go further than this. See how so draw an imaginary line from the bottom, and we're on obvious downtrend. So what we'll do, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to move this to here, and we're going to nail it. Simple as that. So the next time it hits this level, we're going to be out of the market on that trade. Easy enough. Is it a giant trade? No. But did we get in and out within half hour, 45 minutes and make money? And we used, like Adam said, we used a strategy to get there? Yeah. I'm going to delete this alert because I moved my take profit. I need to be done here soon, so I'm going to finish up, and then I got to do some work on the computer. I've got to do some updating and some things. So I'm going to have to end the stream here pretty soon, but I want to see this trade go through. When we hit this trade, we're going to be done for the day. So I was hoping we'd get a gold trade today, but it's not looking. I'm just not liking the price action. Yeah, if I was to do one here, we're just going to aim to here. Our RSI is looking good. We actually got an alert like 10 minutes ago, but the background just barely changed on this candle. So let's wait till the end of this candle. I always wait till the end of the candle because these will repaint while the candle's open, but they will stay when the candle closes, the backgrounds. So if the candle closes and that red background stays, then we'll place a small trade. We'll do the same thing like we did on the other chart, right? We'll just do like 50 and 100, and then I'll move it where I need it to be. So this is just if you're gonna use take stop loss and take profit. Here's how I do it. I don't use them, but here's how I do it. Okay, we've got a minute left on gold. If we take this, it's going to be a short trade. I'm planning, I would think it's going to be 15 to 30 minutes, and we're going to be to this level. Yeah, actually, after this candle is going to be a good place. This was looking good. If that stays red. See how it didn't stay red? I don't like that. It just doesn't look right. It's gotta, you get so used to knowing what to look for. Not only that, I like it. Yeah, everything's just got to match. And if it doesn't match, I don't take the trade. Okay, so here's where we are, guys. Rejected hard off of that resistance. Almost hit our take profit. We came within a couple ticks, maybe a tick or two. So it's good if you got when on that low, if you got out and you could have re-entered, you'd have had the second trade in profit, right? But our first trade is going to end up about where we planned, or where we just moved it to. So we'll be all right. We'll make 140, 150 bucks. Not bad off of 2 units, 2 micros. Yeah, see, Adam, that's why, exactly. I mean, it makes sense. You just use the metrics to tell you when to get out. That's what so many people have a hard time with. They're like, "Oh, it looks great, but how do you do your take profit and your stop loss?" Well, if you follow the system and what it's telling you, you don't really need to, right? I mean, I'm super comfortable not doing a stop loss and take profit anymore. I used to have a stop loss and take profit. Actually, the very first trading I did, I was just hedging a lot, doing all kinds of wild stuff. I didn't use a take profit or a stop loss ever, and I lost tons of money. Then I started using stop loss and take profit. I did a little bit better. I was pretty good at trading, but I did take a lot of losses, and it got super frustrating. I mean, there's some days you're just pounding stop loss after stop loss, and you're just like, man, this sucks. So this system, I just read it, do what the system says. I just want to check on gold here real quick. I think the background changed. See, whatever's in the simple market metrics, however they coded it, whatever in the code, this works really well because not everything's lined up. And obviously that's good because this trade is not panning out. It's worth way too much price. Look at the candles. This is ridiculous. I mean, it looks like an inverted Triton and a Triton right next to each other. Just a bunch of doji candles, essentially. I mean, it's just a boxy mess. Yeah. Some days are like that, guys. The market's just crazy. The market's random. You're just gonna get days that suck. So the consistent thing, how this will save you is if on the days that are good, you're consistent and you can repeat the consistent results every day, you'll get through the bad days a lot easier. Your results will get you through the bad days lots easier. Lots easier. Man, we've been streaming for almost 2 hours. I appreciate you guys hanging in there with me that long. It went by fast for me. I've been talking up a storm, so it went by fast for me. But I'm glad to help. So I appreciate everybody being here today. We're gonna wrap up here just a bit. I want to see this trade pan out. Let's see what this next candle does. We just about hit the take profit, and it backed up a little bit on us. We were a little ways off, but pretty close. I'm still thinking it's going to go there. I'm pretty confident this trade is going to end up here in just a minute. We'll probably get another alert as soon as this candle closes because it looks like it dropped down by the RSI again. That's why I set the alert up like that, because I want to know every time it drops down through there, not just the first time. If you set it to just do one time, it would alert us here, but it wouldn't alert us any of the other times. I want to see every time it drops down there. I don't care. It's annoying. You're going to get those chimes in that little box a lot, but you're going to see. It'll help you. Yep, you're going to see multiple times. Okay, so let's do this. How's everybody doing? Comment how you've traded today. Comment if this has helped you, if you were able to scalp something, or how your personal trading went. Hit the like. Yeah, you can hit the like too. Heck yeah. I hope my content makes you want to hit the like, right? And the subscribe button. It's kind of frustrating when you're on a channel and they're just constantly hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Well, if your content's good, they will, right? If they like your content and they find value in it, they're going to do that. You don't need to ask them. Make the content ask them. But I appreciate it. Yeah, I'll take it. Dean, good. Did you have a good day? Did you have a good day in the markets? Yeah, that'd be awesome, Corey. That'd be awesome. It's funny you say that because actually, when you're a new YouTuber, it's very hard to get your channel seen, and I'm already seeing it. It's already starting to pick up. Like I did a short. I've done some shorts. I don't do a lot with shorts. I just want to kind of show a quick screenshot, show some profit or whatever, and then put all my digits in there so they'll find me. And the last short I did I saw like 4 times as many views. So it's already happening. It's already starting to happen. So the key is consistency with YouTube too, to consistently post, consistently put content on there, and the algorithms they use, it will find me and start recommending me to more. And the more people that see this and recommend me, obviously, the more subscribes and stuff I get, then it'll just promote me to more like-minded people. But yeah, that'd be awesome. That'd be great. Yeah, that'd be great. I'd love it if I could get a little extra check from YouTube just from people watching my stream. Get those watch times up, right? I mean, who doesn't want to make extra money? I mean, people are always like, well, why would you be on YouTube if you're a good trader? Well, do you want to make 2 paychecks for one thing? Be awesome. I mean, that's why they do it. That's why they do affiliates. That's why they do all this, because they want to make extra money. Why not? Double, triple dip if you can. Okay, so this gold trade, it did look like it started moving on us. I feel like we're too late now. I don't really, especially with the price action, I'm not even interested, but this is where we were aiming, and we're almost there. You know what I mean? So I kind of feel like I didn't pay enough attention to this one, but I didn't like it. It didn't look good to me all day, so it's okay to miss it. Missing a trade's better than losing a trade. We'll just worry about this trade for today. Take this off because we're not going to do anything with gold today. We're going to shut these alerts off. And when I'm done trading, I'll turn my other 2 alerts off. Corey, awesome. Passed your My Funded Futures eval. Sweet. Which one did you get out of curiosity? Were you do a starter plus or a starter, or did you do the milestone? Ray, awesome job. 200. Nice. Awesome job. That's better than any job out there. Better than flipping burgers or construction or anything else. $200 in a couple hours, pretty good money. I know we missed it, Adam. I actually was gonna take that trade, and I thought, you know what, my luck, I'll take that trade, and that thing will zip around against me, and I'll look like an idiot on the live stream. I'd rather miss it than take a loss. Yeah, exactly. More mindset, more opportunities will come, and we're already in a trade that's profitable. So I want to see this one through, and I'll be happy. Mahidi, can you tell a bit about RSI history settings and how using, please? Okay, when we're done with the live stream, go onto my video and look at the chart setup video. I go through all my indicators. I actually hover over. I go into the settings like this, and I explain how I set them up so you can do the same thing. Also, at the beginning of this live stream, I showed how to set up the alerts. I showed how to go into these 3 dots and to set up the alerts so you can do it, and you'll see it here, and it's all the exact same. So I'll save this live stream. When we're done, you can watch this again. And then, like I said, that chart setup video that's on my channel, it's pinned in every single video. And that's because I get so many questions about how my chart setup is, and I just thought that was the easiest way to do it. You can click on it, go right to that video, and then see exactly how I do this. I go through every indicator on there to make my chart look exactly the same. So Mahidi, that'll get you what you need. 50K starter, sweet. Good job, Corey. I've actually got a few evals. I've never been able to pass an eval with my funded futures for whatever reason. I haven't done one since I've been on Simple Market Metrics, though. I almost bought one. I came really, really close, and I just kind of was weighing pros and cons between Tradeify and my funded futures, and I picked Tradeify. I think they're sixes. There's probably no real huge benefit with one or the other. My top three prop firms are Tradeify, my funded futures, and Take Profit Trader. Even though I don't like the activation fees, they're still a badass firm. Oh, absolutely, Adam. Yeah, absolutely. I'll be honest with you. When I got introduced to trading and I saw what was possible, it mentally ruined me. Like I just don't even want to do most jobs. I can do. I'm a do it all. I'm a DIY guy. I can do a little bit of everything. I've worked construction. I had a painting business for a while. I sold auto parts for a while. I've sold cars a long time ago, and in every single job all day long when I'm muscling through all the things they have you do and what you have to do for an income and the check. And then I remember what I saw with trading, what was possible in 2 hours or 3 hours, mentally ruined me. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm doing this right now. This is my goal. I want this to be my income. I want this to be my livelihood. If I can get it to that point, I mean, we're aiming that way. It's looking really good, but I need the checks in the bank to justify it, and then we'll do it. I'd love it if I could just do 4 hours a day. I just work half hour from the market open till about noon every day, hit my daily profit trigger, and then the rest of the day I'm going to go play and have fun, do whatever I want, right? Work on cars of my own, whatever. You're welcome, bro. Yeah, you're welcome. Warehouse work sucks, Adam, too. Oh my gosh. My son works at a factory that makes ranch dressing, and I did a temporary job there a couple years ago. And really easy job in a lot of respects. Like nobody's, you didn't feel like a boss was over your shoulder all day kind of thing. It was really casual that way. Had a really nice break room. A lot of the people were really casual, very easy going, and the paychecks sucked. They just were terrible, you know. And he's fine with that. He doesn't need a lot of money. He's got low expenses, so he's fine with that. He's happy with where he's at. He likes the people he works with, so good for him. You know, and not to knock anybody. I mean, whatever you do for your living, great. That's awesome. I'm just hoping that maybe this can be extra for you. Maybe you just need $50 a day. I mean, $50 a day is $1,000 a month. That can really pay some expenses for people, you know. Uh, it's Daniel, right? Day Mandela, Daniel. I know Apex. I have an affiliate code with Apex. I don't post it on purpose. How do I say this with being really careful? I've seen more negative than positive about Apex, and that's just the reality of it. I have personally never had any problems with them. I never got funded with them. I did buy a while ago. They had some like 95% off evals, and then the activation fee was only like $80. But then they started like denying payouts, and they started wanting people to record how they got their information. And then there was even guys with solid strategies, and they still denied them, and they didn't really give them a good reason why. And so I just don't want to mess with that. You know, Nutty Bar, he's a big affiliate for Apex, and so he's convinced that it's all just negative press for negative press because he gets payouts just fine. Well, you can't tell me that they don't cater to their top YouTubers, because that's how they're making a lot of their commissions. That's how they're getting those affiliates are feeding their business. So of course they're going to make sure they get paid. I mean, that's just the outside looking in. I'm not saying anything bad about them. I've never had a bad experience. I'm just saying what I see, right? I've seen a lot of bad press about those guys. So would I use them? I may try. I would maybe try an eval, but it would really suck to get through the eval, to pay the fee, to get funded, to make money, and then they deny you. And for me, it's just not worth going down that road. And to be honest with you, Top Step's kind of getting that way too, right? It's just not worth it. I just don't want to go down that road. It's too much work. It's too much work to stress about the markets and to be dedicated about what we're doing just to turn around and be like, okay, that's great. You played a video game for 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Adam, don't even get me started about like OnlyFans or Feet Finder and stuff like that. My, what a wild world we live in. Some 17-year-old kid girl from Vietnam makes like 800 grand a year just putting pictures of her feet online. What a wild world. It just blows me away. Oh, awesome, Erica. You're in California? Awesome. What part of California? Are you Southern Cal or NorCal? Goal is 500 a day on 2 accounts. Great goal. I think that's very doable. How are both your accounts 50K with Take Profit Trader, Erica? I think it's a great goal. I would honestly, I'd be right there with you. That's a great goal. Very easy to attain. You're not there. You could easily do that without over leveraging. I think that's a great goal. Great goal. And Daniel, I hope that made sense about what I said about Apex. There's so much drama in this space. I don't even. Yeah, it's crazy. So, Daniel? Do you have a prop firm now, or are you looking for one? I'll tell you my experiences. I really like the three I have in my videos are my favorites. So if you're going to buy one, buy them from one of those. I can recommend all three of those without any problem. I don't have anything. I mean, I'm sure there's bad experiences people have had somewhere, somehow, some way, but I would recommend them. If you're asking me directly if I recommend Apex, no, I wouldn't. I'd maybe try it again, but like I said, it'd suck to do your eval. It sucked that you got this good system. You're doing your eval, you make money, you pay all your fees, you jump through all the hoops they want, and then you go to get a payout and they deny you. I've seen that happen too many times to good traders. I've seen people that they're owed like 40 grand in payouts and they won't give it to them. And then if you complain about it, another thing that I don't really like that they do, if you go on Discord or Facebook or anything and you complain about it and they see you, they'll ban you. So then they got all your money and they just shut your account off and you're done. I mean, that's like the Gestapo or something. I mean, that's like gangsters of New York or something. I mean, that's just crazy. Southern, awesome. Okay. Did you happen to feel the earthquakes? Are you that close or no? I saw some news about the earthquakes this morning. That was actually when I was trading this morning. That just came out. It's kind of wild. Erica's smart. So I love it. If you can't pass one, why buy two, right? And here's another thing too. Use the funds that you get from when you win the first one to buy your second one. Let the prop firm buy it for you. Don't use your own money. Let their money buy it for you, right? That's my mindset too. That's great. That's perfect. I couldn't agree more with that. Yeah, do your 250s. Set that profit trigger for the day. Get on here. Use your metrics like I do. I don't know how you wouldn't absolutely just dominate the markets with that strategy, Erica. That's great. Yes, I have one Apex 50K, which I just passed yesterday. Congrats. Awesome. That's great. That's really good. So are they wanting you to pay the activation fee now so you can move on and start trading? And I haven't checked in on those guys for a while. Do they do daily payouts? Because that would be beneficial. That would actually turn me to a little bit better attitude towards them if they did daily payouts. It does suck having to wait 10 days to get a payout. You know what I mean? Daily payouts would be better. And ultimately, I think Take Profit Trader is my number one because of that. You can do daily profit or daily payouts, which at this system, once you hit your buffer, so just so you guys know, when you're funded, you got to have a buffer. You got to hit a buffer, and then after that, they'll start splitting the payouts with you. And my buffer on this account's $3,600, which I'll hit that this week. I'll be there this week easily. And then I just have to wait for my 10 days. And also, I think there's another rule. You have to have a minimum of 5 days with $200 or more. Simple, easy. That's no problem for me. But yeah, Daniel, if they do daily payouts, that'd be awesome. I just would hate for you to have a bad experience. And I've seen so much bad press from so many different people that don't know each other and have no reason to bag on them. That makes me nervous, right? But if you pay that, I mean, keep me posted because maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I've just been one of those lucky guys that I'm on the end of the algorithm that only sees the bad news, right? I mean, I had an eval or two back in the day. I actually almost got funded with one, but I wasn't using this system. I tried a bunch of different stuffs when I tried futures. I tried some hedging. I watched a different couple channels. I watched Nutty Bar quite a bit back in the day, and that didn't help me at all. I lost a lot of money watching Nutty Bar, but most of it was just laughing at the channel and not even trading. So as of right now, this month, I'd probably go with a Take Profit Trader because they dropped their activation fee. They don't have an activation fee anymore. And I think if you use Cove Traders discount or Army Navy or My Future Success, I think it's 30% off. So a 50K account with Take Profit Trader right now is $112, and there's no activation fee. So if you're wanting one, that would be a great one to get. My next account, I'm going to do one more 100K with Tradeify. After I get a payout, I'm going to buy one more Tradeify account, and then at that point, I'm either going to do I want to have. Ideally, I'd like to have 5 accounts. I want to have at least 50K on each account, and I would love it. I like the idea of having a My Funded Futures, a Take Profit Trader, and a Tradeify. I don't really know if you should put all your eggs in one basket as far as a prop firm is concerned. So, and then link those together on Tradeivate, right? Or do like one Take Profit Trader and a My Funded Futures, link those two together, and then do a Tradeify and a Take Profit Trader and link those two together, and then have a My Funded Futures by itself or something to that effect. Just so they're not all. I don't want to do all 5 on one prop firm, because if something happens to that prop firm and all 5 of those accounts are gone, I can't survive that. I can survive if Take Profit Trader goes down or My Funded Future goes down, as long as the other 2 are still active. So it's diversifying your accounts as well as your prop firms. That's how I'm going to do it. But if you're asking me directly today, I would say it's a slight edge, a slight win of Take Profit Trader, and then a close second with My Funded Futures, and then Tradeify would be third. And the only reason I say Tradeify would be third is because it takes so long to get a payout. The prop firm's awesome. Their back end office is awesome. Look at my videos. I show how the trading journal and stuff works. It's awesome. I love it. They're really good. Oh, that's good, Erica, with the earthquake. Yeah, that's always scary when those happen, especially in SoCal. Seems like a really frequent area. So I'm just curious how close you were to that, but that's good. Not too close to you. That's good. That's good. That's good. Yeah, that's good. Is anybody here that's listening right now? Have they actually got to payouts? Have they actually got funded and got payouts? I'd love to hear about it if you don't mind sharing. And while you do, I'm going to run and grab me a drink of water. I will be right back.
Order filled.
Oh, nice. And it would be when I go get a drink that we hit our take profit. Nice. Yep. Nice. Okay, so can everybody see that? Did everybody see how we did that? We did a live trade. I showed how I got my info. I showed what the market metrics tell you, simple market metrics, which, by the way, I'm an affiliate. If you haven't bought it yet, please use my code and buy it. I promise you, you'll be happy with it, especially if you follow my channel. And all the people on here, it'd be really hard for you not to do good with it. Look at that. We hit it. That little drop down just nailed it. Off we go. How much did we make on that trade? Let's find out. $161. So we're $1,000 today. I think I'm going to call it, guys. I'm happy with this. Really solid day. 161.52. Nice. Let's see what the fees were. $7 in commissions today. Not bad. But Daniel, if you're still on here, I love this charting and this platforming back here on your back office. Awesome. Reports. It looks great. And you can go up here and you can select your accounts too. You can do all your accounts. So if you don't want to see like your evals anymore, you can deactivate them and just focus on your live account, which is what this is. I think this is I'm going to stop here. I mean, this is awesome. It's an awesome first day for a funded account. I'm super, super happy with that. Super, super happy with that. So I'm going to turn all my fees off. So here's how I end my day every day. I turn all my alerts off. Okay. I make sure there's no pending orders because sometimes you have a stop limit or a stop order. I go over to Tradevate and I make sure there's nothing I've accidentally clicked. I had a really bad experience with that, and I make sure there's nothing I didn't accidentally click. Zoom out a little bit, make sure there's no, right? And then the very last thing I do is I exit all positions. And we're done. That's our day. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, I'm going to do a recap video and end the stream here in a sec. So any other questions before we end up? That was great. Did everybody see that? That was awesome. That was awesome. Ray Rivers, I'd like to have 5 accounts with Take Profit Trader, taking it slow. Perfect, man. Patience is key. I love it. I really like the idea of letting the firm buy you your accounts. You know what I mean? I'll get a payout, buy another one, add them together, and as I'm trading the live account, I'll be going through the eval. When the second account passes, use a payout from that one to buy your third one. You know what I mean? That's my plan 100%. I want them to buy it for me. And then like diversify them, you know? When you get 5 accounts, only have 2 of them hooked together at a time. Have 2 hooked together, and then have a different 2 hooked together, and then have a single one that's separate. So if you hit your, say you want to do like a 500 daily trigger on each one of those brackets, you have 2 accounts hit 500 each, there's 1,000, then switch to the other 2 and trade again. This is going to give you plenty of opportunities. So you're going to have plenty of opportunities with the Simple Market Metrics. There should be plenty every day. So, okay, well, guys, thank you. I've appreciated the people who've been here. I've appreciated all the new folks showing up. Thank you again. I don't know. I will try my best to do as many of these as I can, but I just have to see how it goes. But I do appreciate the support. Like I said, if you have the metrics and want to set up your chart like this, watch my other videos, my chart setup video. If you know anybody who's looking for this, please send them my way. I do want to be a big affiliate for these guys. I really believe in this software and what it's doing. And I'd love to. For the money, I promise they'll get every cent of value in that $99 for they spend on that code. My channel alone is worth $99. I mean, I've seen people throw thousands of dollars at stuff that won't work. Doesn't help them. This will. So, okay. On that note, we're out of here. Thanks, guys. Have a great day, and we will catch you on the flip side.